Tumelo Home is located in Ivory Park, a place where it's associated with informal settlement and a lot of poverty. Tumelo Home was founded in 1996 by Mr. Moses Telisa. Right now, the managing director is Mr. Solomon. Tumelo Home is an amazing place. It's a diamond in the rough. Ivory Park is associated with poverty and a lot of informal settlement. This conversation between myself and Mr. Solomon will show you how this organization has overcome different obstacles and how they are still facing a lot of challenges. So do not hesitate to volunteer and give them a hand. Like, share, subscribe, and enjoy.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. Yourself?
I am good too.
Thank you.
My name is Dineo, and today I'll be interviewing you based on the organization Tumelo Home.
Okay.
Can I interview you?
Yes, you can, Dineo. My name is Solly.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, I'm the manager here at Tumelo Home.
Okay. Can you please give me a brief background on Tumelo Home and what is it and what it does to the community?
Okay, yeah, Tumelo Home, it's a home for children, youth, and adults with severe and profound intellectual and physical disability. It was started in 1996 by a medical doctor, Dr. Moses Telisa, who was a doctor in the community. Okay. So many times people would bring children with severe intellectual disability to him, and he realized that a lot of them were neglected. No. So as kind of reaching out to the community, he thought of starting a place. There were some guys that around 95, a company came in Ivory Park, the northern part, to build houses. It was kind of a tar structures, but it was show houses, because when the government wanted to build a house for people, they were selling their deal. So it didn't go through. Mm-hmm. So Dr. Moses bought those properties. Oh. Then we used them as a manager at his practices. We had about 8 practices, and 5 of them were in Tembisa, in Ivory Park. So as a result, it was ideal for us to help those in Ivory. People brought their kids, and some never came back to fetch their own.
Wow.
Yeah. So we are a residential facility. Initially, it was meant to be a daycare, mm-hmm. as I say. Yes. We had about 3 older ladies who would be with the kids during the day, but mm-hmm. also the doctor would attend them and help them. But then, when people didn't come fetch theirs, by then Ivory Park, it was more a squatter camp and a shack dwellings, and so you would go to numbers that people have given, because some of the shacks had numbers, and you realize they don't even know the person. Wow. Of which it's easy to know a person if a family has a child with disability. Usually it's easy for the neighbors to know. Sure. So that's where we realized, no, this was intentional abandonment. They abandoned them intentionally. On that, then we had to operate 24/7 to get more ladies to take care of them at night, while others are doing during the day. So that's how we became a 24/7, 365 days center. Currently, we still have kids. A bigger number of our kids are either orphaned, abandoned, or they were abused from homes where they were staying, basically because of their intellectual disability. Example, around here, the eldest is 50 now, but she has her mental age is between the ages of 3 and 5. That's how she would respond. Wow. So people know they can get away with it. So our kids are either orphaned, abandoned, they were abused, and we do have those that are brought in by parents, because the challenge that we have, there are no enough government facilities. In fact, in the community of Tembisa in Ivory Park, there is no government facility to take care of kids with severe intellectual disability. Then the community itself, you find that it confuses intellectual disability and the usual mental retardation, which is the psychotic problem that we have. So a lot of kids would be abandoned. Because of that, the community, some of the families, you find that it's a single parent family. The parent has to work, and here is a child who needs 24-hour care. They need constant supervision and care. A 15-year-old who is on nappies, they need to be bathed, they need to be changed nappy, they need to practically be fed. So some of the people get frustrated with that, and then they abandon them. Some were abandoned at police stations. Some would come and just leave a child here, knowing that even if this child stays around, they will not tell you who they are, where they come from. So we have come in between there to be a home. Our first and foremost goal is to be a home, a loving home for them, to provide a home away from home for them. But then they're humans, you can't just house them and feed them. So we have in-house programs that we have the services of an occupational therapist who comes once a week to work on the program so that we try and rehabilitate and stimulate them. We currently have 2 centers. 3 years ago, we had to have another center. The reason being, one, we had a long waiting list, and we still do. We have a waiting list of over 300. Some have been waiting since 2009 to date. We don't have spaces. And secondly, because of that, the youngest is 4, and I've said the eldest is 50. To have a 4-year-old and a 50-year-old in one facility trying to help them is not easy. And unfortunately, this area, this space where we are in Ivory Park was meant for children. The setup is more for children. A lot of these kids, especially those that are at teenage age, we've had issues where sometimes the relatives and whoever around December, they would ask, I had 2 girls, they would ask for them. And then we do encourage them that for them to feel that they are not rejected, have them sometimes. Some will say, if you can't keep them where you are, at least come spend a day with them or some hours with them, just so that they don't, all of us, whether we have a mental illness or not, we all know if we're not loved and if we are rejected. So that's the situation with them. And unfortunately, we would discharge them. They went in December. Because in the community, there is a lot of violence. 5 months down the line after the young lady has come back, we realized she was pregnant. Obviously, due to their age, they can't give consent. Usually when that happens, then I go police station, report a rape case. And with the first one, the sad thing is that everything the way it was, it seemed like the boyfriend to the mother did it. And after a few weeks, because unfortunately we're not equipped to keep them when they are pregnant, and there is no government facility to keep them when they are pregnant, then we had no choice but to release them to the same people. And when we opened the case, I agreed with them that we will make sure that when the child is born, we'll do DNA tests to see who it is. And 3 weeks down the line, she got a miscarriage because there was fighting in the family. Somebody pushed somebody who ended up pushing it. And then she lost it.
Come back next week for the rest of the conversation. Bye, guys.